Hiya, thank you for turning on the DVD or whatever it is. Hope you appreciated this series in Nehemiah. I really enjoyed the series. I think the preachers did really well over the course of the piece. But I really wanted to emphasize the fact that Nehemiah was working outside the temple. I think that's so important for us to realize that God has purpose and plans for us in our workplace, in our day to day, in our ordinary laying of bricks. And I really wanted to emphasize that because while Nehemiah can be used to talk about building ourselves up or building the church or whatever, actually it's about building the city. And so tonight's a good chance for you to talk about what that looks like for you, what you're contributing towards the city, how you're seeing it working with others, and very simply, I suppose I just want to ask, what do you do to lay a brick? What do you do to repair a wall? What do you do to build a city? And maybe we can pray for each other in that, and particularly pray that we would maintain a vision for God's kingdom to come in our Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think that's just so important for us to recognize that God has purposes and plans for us to see his kingdom break through, and whether that's building something without the miracles like Nehemiah did, although God was all over that. um, I just find that fascinating, but or whether it's actually seeing miraculous breakthroughs in different places, that we see what God is doing outside the temple and rejoice and celebrate in that together. That's one of the reasons why it's Love, Equip, Celebrate. So, um, have a good time as you talk about it. Talk about what you do. Talk about what you're praying for. Talk about how you're praying for your workplace. Talk about the difference you see that God is making there. Talk about how you feel God is moving in your day, on your Tuesdays and Thursdays. Talk about how what you see God doing and how you're joining in on that. And maybe also talk about how you're repairing a wall. Who are you working with? What's the team dynamic? How are you able to improve that? And also, how are you bringing your spiritual gifts to your um, Tuesdays and Thursdays? The insight that you've been given, or the wisdom that you've been given, or the faith that you've been given. How do you bring that to your workplace in order to make a difference for the kingdom of God? So have a good time as you talk about it. I hope that was a suitable summary of Nehemiah, and enjoy as you chat and pray together. God bless you. See you in a bit. Bye bye.